Hi, my name's John Proctor and I'm the manager of a little organisation that we call Engage Schools. I'm married, I have 3 kids, I'm an author and a musician. I'm also a youth worker, and maybe the most important thing to know about all of that is that I'm also a Christian. And if you see me online or in person, you'll see me doing lots of things that look a little bit like this. Samuel.
Yeah.
We're going to make a jelly in a pineapple.
Okay.
Have you ever seen those amazing trick shot videos? Now, I don't know if you know this, but they take hours and hours and hours to film. Have you ever felt like a chocolate pizza? Let's come and say hello to some people. Rely on your friends, Lionel.
Imagine for a minute there's a piece of toast. There's butter, cheese, beans, and there's eggs on toast.
So a few years ago I was introducing the idea of synergy to this school that I was working in. I had a few hundred students sat in front of me, and I said to them, I'm going to show you what it means to work together in a synergy kind of way. Only me to the place where I can find you. I've been a youth worker now for nearly 25 years, and I moved into this area 10 years ago to help set up a little organisation called the Bridge North Youth and Schools Project. Now, weirdly enough, the reason why Engage Schools exists is because of the success of Bridge North Youth and Schools Project. You see, in Bridge North there wasn't a youth working project, it's just a small market town, but the local churches really wanted to make a difference in education. So they employed me, I had lots of experience in this area, and we set up a project that sort of aimed to help young people to grow and to thrive as much as helping young people to understand and grow in their faith. As the Bridge North project started to grow, we became more aware of the needs of our whole area. And so we started to actually replicate what we were doing in Bridge North in other places. Sometimes launching new projects and sometimes supporting people who were already in those local areas. And this is where Engage Schools came in. You see, what we realised was that Telford had a bunch of fantastic local Christians who were really striving to make a difference in local schools. They'd already done lots of things, but they actually just needed a little bit of coordination, and that's why I came to Telford to set up this schools project, working with the 15 secondary schools that are in Telford and Wrekin. One of the most important things for you to understand is that the reason why we do what we do is because we have a belief in Jesus. And that belief drives every area in our lives. But the reason why Engage Schools exists isn't just because we believe in Jesus. The reason why Engage Schools exists is because we believe that every human being thrives when they understand more and engage more deeply in their own spirituality. There's this definition that we use that's kind of like one of the kind of bedrocks of our organisation. It says this: we believe spiritual development is all about reflecting and valuing experiences of awe and wonder, joy and sorrow, relationships with others, the natural world, and the big beyond. In short, I believe that religious education is probably the most important subject in school life. Now, you might think this is a bit of an odd thing for me to say because RE can't help you with maths or necessarily English or the sciences, but understanding faith can help you understand how the world fits together. And that's why it's so important. You see, engaging in these kind of conversations help you understand your own values, your personal ethics, the philosophy of the world around you. And this is why Engage Schools exists. You see, we want to be a part of that conversation to help guide generations of young people into adulthood. And I've been privileged to spend 25 years of my life doing that. And I just think it's brilliant. Practically speaking, of course, Engage Schools does lots of projects. Recently, we bought a big multimedia classroom called Jesus Live, and the aim of that was for thousands of students to go in and learn about what Jesus taught on fear, forgiveness and rejection. We've got friends who come and visit, one guy called Tom Elliott who's been a few times, and recently we set up a new project called Winter Wisdom, which I hope you'll all have a chance to engage with at some point. Now, of course, projects are great, but the whole point is the difference it makes to individuals. Recently, I was writing to someone that I was a youth worker for about 15, 20 years ago. Her name's Marie, and I asked her what she was passionate about, and she said this. She said, "How long do you have?" I would say that over the past year, I've definitely been looking at my self-development, particularly to balance different areas of my life. I want to find my space of serenity and peace. I want to figure out where to inject my time. I want to do everything with kindness, self-compassion and consideration. Another thing is education of children and young people, both in and out of school, and how things like self-development and emotional intelligence are so important, especially in the ever-growing technological world where young people seem to get older as they are younger. Now, it's things like that really excite me about my work, being a part of individual young people's journeys as they're growing up, figuring out the world, figuring out where they fit, and figuring out where faith plays a part in all of that. Thanks for listening to me today. My name's John Proctor, and I hope to see you soon.